Everybody.
Hello, hello, all you amazing Kickstarters out there. It is 7 o'clock. You know what time it is. It's time for our Tuesday night session, or Tuesday, it's Thursday. Goes to show you which day of the week I know it is. I don't know which day of the week it is. All I know is I'm technically on vacation till next Wednesday, so I don't care what day of the week it is.
Tonight is live chat for day 4 of Kickstarter. We're already at day 4, everybody. We have
Exactly.
101 days to go. 101 days to go.
And as you all know, I'm Jean-Luc.
And I'm Nick. And whether this is your first week at Kickstarter, you've been with us for a few rounds, tonight's chat is a chance to check in, to reflect, and to refocus. And today, I also emailed out 38 diamond certificates
From this summer.
from those diamond achievers. So those of you who have your diamond achievement, oh, Donna printed her. So I hope you guys are happy with what you achieved. It's like amazing. 147 days of tracking is no easy task. For those of you in fall now, do you want your certificate? Do you want the bling bling? Just track every day.
Well, how many do we have tracking so far that are diamond?
126 people
126 people
are diamond as of today. So
That's
yes,
amazing.
that's an amazing number. So keep going, everybody. We still have new people joining. If you have friends and family who want to join, and because you're talking about this and how much you love it, they can join at any time because they can still become diamond. What happens if someone joins late, they can just go back on the old trackers, submit empty trackers, and you're diamond.
As long as you checked off that you've gone into the tracker and you have tracked the very number one, the one that we gave you, right?
That's
Which
all
is,
you need.
I promise to go on the tracker and track every day. It's all about that whole idea of doing something, even though you're not doing it, thinking about it sometimes leads you to actually doing it. So we're now a few days into the fall season, fall 2025. This has been 4 amazing days. I'm not saying they were perfect. That's not what I'm saying. But this is the perfect time to ask yourself, so how am I showing up? Not perfectly, just consistently. That's where we're at right now.
And I love seeing that because we will actually share our trackers with you guys because we're being honest. We're not gonna. That's who we are. Jean-Luc and Nick are honest. We tell you how it is.
There's mine.
And so our trackers are here. You can see I've got some X's on some days. You know, I didn't do some stuff some days. I don't have my commitments every day. You see where I have X's and circles? That's because I do not have them every day. And that's okay. What this Kickstarter is about, it's not about getting your commitments every day. It's about tracking every day so that eventually you'll always think about these things. Every single day you're going to think about, you know, oh my God, I didn't wake up at 6 a.m. today. I better wake up tomorrow at 6 a.m. And that's what this is about.
And what ends up happening is maybe you won't wake up at 6 a.m., but maybe you'll wake up at 6:30 instead. But that's better than waking up at 7, right? And so always think of it. It's always about progress and changing the habits you have or have made from way back when to making them new ones today.
Exactly.
So what are we going to be talking about tonight? We're going to be talking about the commitments you've made. We're going to talk how the scorecard helps you stay on track. We're also going to talk about the difference between showing up and being perfect, because there is a difference. And the last but not least, of course, we're going to remind you how to track weekly or 2 times a week commitments or 3 times a week commitments, because that seems to be a really big question that we've gotten a few times, and we thought we would reiterate it once again. And I'll show you how I track mine, and Nick will show you how he tracks his.
So first thing we're going to talk about tonight is what's we're actually going to discuss with you guys, because you know it's been 4 days. We want to see how you guys are doing, how you're progressing with your commitments. So I want to ask everybody who's watching right now, and I want you to either write it down on a piece of paper or in chat. What's one commitment you made that you're most proud of? So you have possibly up to 10. So which one are you most proud of? So I want you guys to share in chat the one that if you're more than one, of course, share it. And Nick always breaks the rules anyways. I'm not posting one picture later today. I'll post plenty of them. So my one that I'm most proud of, no drink or smoke again. That's something that for me, no smoking or drinking in Toronto. As we've been sharing, Jean-Luc and I have had issues. Yeah, we're having issues. Our internet is bad today, so we apologize when we freeze. It's been happening all afternoon since even when we taught step. So we apologize if there's a slow delay. So my biggest one is that one, because we've had issues in the last little while maintaining our weight loss because of drinking and smoking. What happens is when I drink and smoke, I lose self-control. I can eat everything in sight and there's no stopping me.
He's an all or nothing type of guy when it comes to food.
Yeah.
All or nothing. It's everything or nothing at all.
Exactly.
He can't find that midway balance, which unfortunately sometimes that's going to happen. You might not be able to find that midway balance, but you can find things and tricks and methods to help you through that. I want to say, oddly enough, you know what mine is, and I posted about it earlier today. It's the meal planner. I was dead set against for years.
Yay!
Putting my meals on a piece of paper, telling you what I'm going to eat on Monday night on Thursday night when it's only Sunday. I could not wrap my head around this for the life of me. But guess what? I've come to realize that putting it on paper means I can still change it if I absolutely need to. But having the idea of what I'm going to make is so helpful because I'm not waiting to the last minute to figure out and go, oh my God, I forgot to take something out. I look in the morning and I'm like, oh, God, it tells me I'm going to have tacos tonight. And they're tacos I make. It's rare that I change what I'm making, and I'm so proud of that. And I kept it on for this time because guess what? I stopped doing it. I was doing it very consistently, and I want this to become more of a regular thing where I don't even think about it, that automatically I go to my sheet, I write it out. Hey, guys, I'm even ahead because I know I'm away next Sunday and Monday, and I have either Sunday or Monday to do it, and I have it already set up for next week. How pretty cool is that? I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
So a few things in chat that people have shared that they're proud of. I miss your mouse.
It's right there. You just won't let me connect it.
So tracking on the Healthy app.
Yep.
Flossing daily.
Yep.
Moving more.
No snacking after 3 p.m.
Drinking more water.
Wow, you're really good because mine's 9 p.m. There's no snacking.
Mine's 8.
I'm like 3 p.m.
Making someone smile once a day.
Ooh, I love that one. What a great one.
Tracking on the WW app. Getting your 8 mornings and stretches in.
Enjoying to eat slowly. Wow, actually eating your food slowly and enjoying it. Good one.
Eating breakfast daily. Having a vegetable, fruit, or salad at least once a day. Write down one positive thought every day.
Riding my stationary bike for an hour a day.
And eating after 6:30 p.m. So these are all great commitments.
These are fantastic commitments. And actually, I think this is a really great segue. Okay, I'm going to actually segue into this real quick because it's so important. All of you know, we see all of your commitments when you send them to us via email, but we only check those who ask us to review them. However, I'm going to be a little bit more of a, what are you guys doing?
Bad cop, good cop.
What are you guys doing? Some of you are really, really, really giving yourselves goals and not commitments. I don't know who you are because if you did not ask me to review them, but I'm looking at them and I put them away and I'm like, wow, these are some really tough goals that you're putting on for 105 days. So we ask you to go back and read how to create a commitment. Because you know what? We don't want you to fail.
Yeah. We
want you to succeed. And if you're putting these goals out there for you to achieve in 100, it might be more challenging.
People
I want to lose 15 pounds.
We keep freezing tonight.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
Losing 15 pounds. You talk. I'll just see if I can fix this.
Yeah, it's like I want to lose 15 pounds or I want to be healthy. Well, what does that mean? What does I want to be healthy mean? You really have to dig down and mean that. Why? Because it could be I want to be healthy as far as the food that I eat. I want to be healthy because I want to be more active. I want to be healthy because I need to go to my doctors more often and get checked out because I'm not feeling well. So really dig down and go down to the root of that goal and what can help you become more healthy. The more specific you are with your goals, the more likely you are to achieve them. Because when you keep a goal, when you're more specific with your commitment, I should say, I apologize, let me repeat that. When you're more specific with your commitment, you are more likely to be able to achieve and attain the goal that you want. It might take you longer, but you're going to get there.
Yeah, we're really worried about people who set commitments that are really hard or not achievable. Because what's happened in the past is people start Kickstart. They start week 1, they start week 2, and then by week 3 they give up and they say this doesn't work. Because what they set themselves up is for failures from day 1. You need to make sure that your commitments are something you can do for 100 days. And you got to keep that in mind that it has to be something that's measurable, that you can actually say, I did today. losing 1 pound might be something that's a goal, but you can't guarantee you're going to have that every week.
Yeah, because we had seen one saying, I want to lose a pound a week. How can you guarantee that? You can't guarantee that. Your body is going to fluctuate no matter which way you want it to or not. It's going to fluctuate. You're going to either retain water, you might not be feeling well. You could be eating healthy every single day and gain 4 pounds. How do you explain that? Right?
Exactly. And what's going to happen is that if you don't lose that 1 pound by your second week, you're like, well, I didn't get my commitment this week.
Why do I bother next week?
Why bother? Why continue next week? I'm not getting this commitment. And that's why we don't want you guys to discourage yourself. So if you submitted your commitments and you're thinking, wait, I'm not sure, this might be something Jean-Luc and Nick are talking about right now, and I might need to, please go back, submit them again, check the little checkbox to say, do you want us to review them? We will look at them and then give you some suggestions on either making it more measurable, making it more being able to do things
more
actionable so you can actually succeed while you're doing Kickstart.
Another thing we want to reiterate for that part, if you do decide, say 5 out of your 10 commitments you're keeping, you will have to re-enter all of them, okay? So the ones you're changing plus the ones you want to stay the same, you have to re-enter them in order for them to reappear on the dashboard, okay?
Exactly.
And keep them in the same order that they already are there because it'll just be easier for you.
And we're not saying change your commitments entirely.
No.
If you sent in something that said, I want to lose 1 pound a week, and that's your commitment, and you come back and change it to, I'm going to eat, vegetables at every meal because you know that will help you lose the 1 pound a week, that's a great swap out right there for you.
Or I'm going to be more mindful with what I put on my plate. Oh, look at that. It's not saying I'm forcing you to eat vegetables, but you're actually going to be more.
I hate broccoli. Do you remember that commercial? The magic bullet?
Magic bullet.
The lead thing? The cigarette? She goes, I hate broccoli.
Such a weird commercial.
And he makes some cheese sauce and pours it on top.
It was a weird commercial.
I saw that one all the time. I love that commercial. So let's go now to discussion point number 2. So how can the ScoreCard and SideKick Market help you stay accountable? So we've talked about the diamond level, your points, tracking, your statistics. The reason why we created all this is because a lot of us are run by numbers. A lot of us went to school trying to get good grades, trying to do well in class. So we know that a lot of us will strive to get good numbers. And that's why we created all these statistics, because it helps you to kind of gauge how well are you doing. And it also gives you a challenge for yourself. If you want to end up the entire Kickstart fall on January 5th and receive an email, well, maybe 6th or 7th by the time I send it, that has your certificate that says you're a diamond, if that's what you want to strive for, do it. If you want to win a $15 Amazon gift card, 15.
Nick sometimes does not enunciate his words.
1 5. So if you want to win a 15 Amazon gift card, we'll talk about this later, but can maintain your diamond status. Keep tracking every day.
So talking about your scorecard a little bit, right? Remember, in order to get diamond, you only need to go in and check number 1. But give yourself a benchmark for all your other commitments, okay? Give yourself a benchmark saying, okay, for this commitment, I'm striving to at least get it 50% of the time, right? And if you get 70% of the time, you're going to be like, oh my God, look at me. I'm a rock star. I got 70. I'm sorry. If I did math, math was my worst subject ever. And if I ever got a test and I got 70, 80, or 90% on a math test, I was like dying. I was like, oh my God, how did I do that? So look at it this way. Always give yourself a benchmark for all of them and try to exceed your benchmark only if you can. It doesn't mean exceeding it by 100%, by making it to 100, but exceeding it by making it equaling out to your benchmark, or maybe getting 2% more than what you actually expected.
And why we're sharing this is because during Kickstart, you can actually see your stats of how well you are doing for each of your commitments. In the summer, my wake up at 6 a.m. commitment was in the 30-20% range. My benchmark is I'm trying to get at least maybe we're frozen. At least 50% this time, okay? So I'm trying to reach a higher percentage because I did not get rid of that commitment. So this is something for all of you as well. If you have 10 commitments right now and you're working through them, this is your first time doing Kickstart, you might end Kickstart at 105 days and say, Well, number 8 there, I got 20% of the time or 30% of the time. You know what? I'm going to keep that one, and next time I'm going to try to get 50% on that
Well,
one.
we want to reiterate 20%, 30%, 10% of the time is not bad. Because if you were doing it 0 prior to that, good on you. Good on you for actually committing to getting it done 10% of the time. Because guess what? We need to recognize those moments too. We need to recognize when we are making those small, gradual changes.
What happens with also that you have your level, and also now you have a new Kickstart score, which we started this fall. Kickstart score is based on how much you participate. So every time you do a step class, you get a point. Every time you join a live chat or watch our daily video, you get a point. Every time you complete a commitment, you get a point. And what's going to happen is by week 2, there's going to be a new leaderboard appearing on the dashboard that's going to show the top 25 point getters.
And that is an anonymous leaderboard.
Yes. You all
your names will be there. You all have your own
ID.
If you go down on your daily tracker, you'll see there's a little box, a little legend, and it'll give you your personal ID. And then you'll be able to match that ID up to that 25, that top 25 list and see where you rank on the top 25. Okay.
And don't forget about the SideKick Market.
We're seeing people use it.
Yes, and we're also seeing people post on Facebook that are looking for accountability buddies. So that's great that you guys are able to find people to support you. And remember, you're in chat right now. If you're looking for help and you don't have a buddy, just post in chat right now saying, hey, everybody, I'm looking for someone. This is why we're here. This is why we have this community, so that all of us can be able to actually, find someone to help them out. And so the SideKick Market is an important tool, so please make use of it.
And also think of the SideKick Market as you're not only helping that person, they're not only helping you, but you're going to help them too. You might think, oh, I'm not going to be a good accountability person. But you know what? We all are in our own way. We all have ways to talk about how we express ourselves to others is different than how we express ourselves to ourselves, right? You're never going to tell somebody else, oh my God, I can't believe I'm your accountability buddy and you do nothing. Would you ever say that to an accountability buddy? But would you say it to yourself sometimes? Right?
And that's why you need these sidekicks. That's why you need people to be with you guys, because sidekick, yes.
Not psychics.
So you need a sidekick. Sidekick, the food that helps with dinner. Sidekick. So if you having one of those,
I had a vision.
We'll make you be able to surpass those days where you are treating yourself badly. Okay. The last thing we want to touch upon is we've had a lot of questions about how do I track weekly commitments.
Yep.
So for example, say you have a commitment like I do, which is I'm going to do 5 step classes per week. So you guys know that we teach up to 11 classes per week. But sometimes we cancel, sometimes we're busy, sometimes we can't do the class.
Yep.
So how do I track that every day? So what you do is every day when you walk up to your tracker, you ask yourself the question. For me, say today's Monday, I did 1 step class. Did I do a step class today? Yes, 1. Can I still do the rest of my 4 for the rest of the week? Yes. Track my commitment. I got it that day. Day 2, Tuesday, we sleep in and we cancel class. On that day, we decide, okay, I'm going to my tracker at night, and I go and I ask myself the question again. I've only done 1 class so far. Can I still do the other 4 this week? I can. It's only Tuesday. I still have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm fine. I can still do it. So I can check it off. On Wednesday, I skip again. Oh, what's going on? I slept in again. Oh my God, which happens often.
That happened this Wednesday.
Yeah, that's happened this Wednesday.
Probably and Tuesday too.
So again, I ask myself the question. On Wednesday, can I still do 4 classes by the end of the week? I can. I teach twice on Wednesday, or twice on Thursday, once on Friday, and 2 times on the weekend. So that's still 5 times possible. Now, if I get to Thursday and I skip, and I go track on Thursday, can I still get my 5 classes? I did 1 on Monday and there's 3 left. I cannot.
Unless you're teaching twice a day,
unless I'm teaching an extra class, but I'm not. So that's when I say, that's the day I say I do not have my commitment, because I can no longer complete my weekly commitment at that point.
However, one thing that I didn't think about it, you know what? We could do a virtual step class.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that.
But you wouldn't. You could.
You're ruining my example.
But you could still. It's
Why?
doable. But again, if it's but it's the same example. If you say I'm drinking a specific amount of water per day, or I'm drinking, I'm gonna walk in the neighborhood 5 times a week, right? You could only track it. And what I do as well, just so you know, I actually track how many I did. So I did it this day and I did 1 class. I did it this day, I did my 2nd class. I did it today, but I did 2 classes, so I have 3 and 4. So I know
I've done teaching on Saturday.
I've done 4 classes this week. I'm good tomorrow. I don't need to teach step tomorrow because I know Saturday I'll get my step class in, and that'll be my 5 days. I also have another one for my Monday and Tuesday prep. Not meal planning. I actually put down, oh, yeah, today was Monday, and I did my meal planning on Monday. So I put an M on Monday, so I know, oh, I did it. And I'm actually going to put M times 2 because I planned for 2 weeks.
But the rest of the week, he already put his check boxes on.
Because I know my task is complete for the rest of the week.
So you got to ask yourself the question when you're tracking. You got to ask yourself, can I still achieve this commitment this week or today?
Well, another prime one for us. I'm only allowed to have takeout once a week if I need to. It's the 1 time a week. We're actually having takeout tonight. It's in the oven. We're having Greek food. And my thing is, I limit takeout once a week, and I will make healthy choices. We ordered Greek food because it has rice, it has chicken, we can have vegetables, there's with a salad with it. And I actually put down Wednesday or Thursday is my takeout. So I actually put TO on it. So I know that this week on Thursday I had my takeout. I can't have it any other time this week.
So that's how you do your tracking. So a lot of people are asking, like, I have 3 things a week. How do I check that off? If you have 3 things per week that you set yourself to do, and if you told yourself that you're going to do it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that's your commitment, and then you skip Wednesday, then by the Wednesday rest of the week, you don't have your commitment. You skipped your Wednesday.
That's why sometimes leaving it more into an open-ended week where you're not, if you want to be specific because it helps you, that's different. But if you're like, you know what? I think it would be easier for me to say, I'm going to do it 3 times a week, and it doesn't matter what 3 days of the week, right? So that also works. You have to really manipulate it. And again, what do we do with our lives? We manipulate our lives to make them work for us. Why can't we make our commitments work for us instead of against us?
And the opposite works as well. So say you have a commitment that says, I will only eat chocolate twice a week. Okay, that's your commitment. That's what you set up for yourself. So the same thing every day. On Monday, you ask yourself, do I still meet this commitment? Yeah, you had no chocolate. Okay, you're good. Monday. Tuesday, you have chocolate. Are you still meeting your commitment? Yeah, because you said you're going to have twice per week. So you're good. Wednesday, again, you didn't have any Wednesday. You can ask yourself the question, can I still meet this? Yeah, you can. Check. You only had it once so far. Thursday, you have your 2nd chocolate. But you go to track. Can you still meet your commitment? Yeah, because you said 2 per week. You're good. Friday was a horrible day at work, and you come home, you have another piece of chocolate. Can you still meet your commitment? No. So that's the day where you start not selecting those, tracking those ones because you've not completed it on those days. And again, these are up to you, everyone. We're not going to police you guys.
This is, again, all on the honor system.
All honor system.
Right? We don't sit there and go, oh my God, I can't believe Linda didn't do her tracking today. You know what I mean? We'll never do that. We don't want this we don't
police stuff.
No, you need to police yourself. Finding your own way to success.
Sorry, guys, our internet's terrible tonight.
It is awful. I'm calling Bell when I get back from Halifax.
Yes, because we're tired of this happening to us. We're supposed to have the best internet, and it's not working that well. So okay, so let's go to the next discussion point. So what does showing up for you this week? So the theme of the week this week is showing up for yourself. We're kicking off Kickstart. We're all getting started, this new routine. We're all starting something new. So all of us are a little confused. Some of us are overwhelmed, which is totally fine. And what does showing up for you mean this week? So it doesn't mean that you're going to do all the things all the time. Sometimes it just means that you're going to submit your tracker today, and that's all you're going to do.
By submitting your tracker, guess what you just did? Guess what you just did? You already reviewed your commitments. So you have them in the forefront because guess what? You got to scroll through your commitments to get down to track them. And you have to read them in order to say, oh, I did them, I didn't do them, I did them, I didn't do them. So right there, you're showing up for yourself.
Maybe it was doing a daily task. Some of you went a different walk this week. You walked backwards or a different route. Today you took photos of your, your commit, what's going to help you commit to Kickstart. We had you take a pause yesterday. So maybe that's what you did this week. Maybe all you did was step classes. Maybe all you did was the daily physical task. I was like, I can't even say what the word is. Maybe all you did was a daily physical task. And these are all things that are leading you to that, that goal of what you want to achieve in 105 days. It doesn't matter if you're doing anything perfectly or everything every day. Remember, Kickstart is optional. Everything is optional except for tracking your tracker every day. That's the only mandatory thing because our internet's messed up.
Yeah. That's okay. I was tired of seeing my frozen face over here. It was not pretty.
So we want to ask you guys now, what does being here, showing up to you mean this week? So in chat, what does showing up mean to you? What is something that you've done this week that you're proud of as part of Kickstart that means that you've shown up? Jean-Luc, what about yourself? What's the thing that you feel that you're proud of that you showed up?
You know what? You know what it is actually, which I never did the last time, is I'm doing the daily tasks with all of you. Yeah, I've never done them last time.
I've never done them either.
I never did them. I was like, oh, you know what? I don't need to do that. But I'm doing them, and the other day when I took that 3 month wait. Proud of is the daily tasks. I wasn't on top of them last time, and I'm trying to be on top of them as much as I possibly can be. And the other day when I took that 3 minutes of pause throughout my day, it really hit me hard, and in a good way. Like, I realized what I'm here for. I realized why I'm doing this. And honestly, it's not for me. It is for me, but it's for all of you too. Because I feel that if I'm committed to it, how can I tell you guys, oh, commit, but I'm not committing to it myself in certain ways.
We created Kickstart this fall with ourselves in mind as well. So all the activities that we put in, we actually went through them really detailed to make sure that we don't want to do them. So if something that we don't want to do, it's not in there. So that's why we're making sure that the daily tasks are something that works for you guys and also works for us. And that's also why we changed the fitness task.
Oh yeah.
Why to reduce the amount of repetitions, because we realized, yeah, it's great to challenge yourself. It's great to do 100 sit-ups or whatever you want to do. But you know what? Sometimes it's just too much. So that's why we set a minimum for you guys every day so that you guys can increase at your own level. Not just that, I love seeing today people saying, for the first time, I did a 10-second plank on the floor. Right? Because it's such a small number, you're like, oh, I'll try it today. It's 10 seconds, and maybe I can do it. And you do it, oh my God, I did it. Or some of you tried push-ups for the first time, or lunges for the first time. So this is why we're setting you guys up with small goals. Look at that. What are we trying to mimic? Your commitment.
We're creating a small commitment that's already there for you that you don't have to think about.
We realized that we were setting lofty commitments with your fitness goals.
So we were counterintuitive to what we were actually telling you. Guess what, guys? We're just human ourselves, and we also are learning as we go along with all of you. We're learning how this works. And
I changed the dashboard this week. I added new buttons at the top because I realized my mom called me. She said, oh my God, Nick, I love that change. It's so amazing. And thank you so much for changing that. So I'm glad I did it because you guys seem to enjoy it. And I'm learning all the time. I hear what you guys are doing. I see what you guys are doing. I'm like, oh, maybe I should tweak this to make it a little bit better.
And I'll be honest, everybody, if you want Nick to tweak something, make him think it's his idea and he'll tweak it. I'm just saying, you're like your mom. She's the same way.
But that was my idea.
It was your idea, though.
So no one told me to do this.
I'm just teasing him.
I just decided to do it. So a few things that people are proud of that they've started this week. So what showing up means for them. So journaling in your Kickstart book.
Love it.
Journaling and no snacking after 8. Tracking everything. Doing commitment logging, watching videos every day, which I love because these are old videos from like 2018 when we first started our YouTube channel. We also have tracking and not eating after supper, tracking every day, tracking honestly, checking the dashboard before I go out for my walk in the morning, Did commitment number 5, YouTube exercise video, even when she didn't feel like it for Carmen. There's so many good things in chat right now that you guys are so showing up for yourself. Because no matter what, everybody, as much as Kickstart works, it doesn't work unless you work Kickstart.
If you don't do it, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. If you're going to come in here and say, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to sit around.
But that's anything, right? So if you went to work, okay, if you went to your job, if you're not retired, and you sat down at your desk all day and looked at your boss and said, I expect to get paid, but I'm not doing anything today, would you get paid?
No, you'd probably get fired.
You'd probably get fired. So think of it that way for yourself right now. Showing up to Kickstart and not doing anything at all, you're only hurting yourself in a sense, right?
We've created all this as for free to help you achieve the goals you want to do for yourself. So use the tools that work for you to reach that goal.
And maybe this is the time where you're like, I can listen right now. There's nothing wrong. Everybody, you guys hear us now? It is so frustrating this evening, everybody. We do apologize about the internet. We have no control over that, but you know what?
We actually see ourselves freeze now. So we pause.
We pause.
And then we continue.
So as I was saying, you know what? Showing up for yourself is the best thing you can do. And as we mentioned, if you just show up and just need to listen right now, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But if you know you can do something, try. That's all you can, the best you can do, just try.
So a few final thoughts before we talk about announcements for the week. Remember that every time you track, reflect, recommit, you're creating a foundation for lasting change.
Mm-hmm. It is not a race. Remember this, okay? You're not behind.
No one's behind.
If you're starting today because you just found out about the program, or because you know what, you're away and you just got back today,
that's okay.
Just go back and track. One tracker.
September 23rd,
yep.
Send. September 22nd, send. September 24th, send. 25th, send. Okay, 26th, I'm going to start now. You can easily do that. You'll get your diamond status. You'll get to start off with your fresh slate, and then you just keep going from there, and you'll still be able to join us and do everything you want to do to get to your goals.
And I think it's really important that what you need to think about is always moving forward. One tracker, one choice, one day at a time. It's as simple as that.
So after tonight's chat, we will stay in Zoom. So if you're watching from Zoom, stick around. If you're not watching from Zoom, please join us in Zoom, because we're going to talk to you guys, answer your questions if you have any questions for us that you have, because I know there's some new members here, so there might be some questions about how to track or how different things work with Kickstart. But we do have a few things. September contests. I just talked about the $15 Amazon gift card. So get all your September trackers in by October 2nd, and you will be entered into a draw, one ballot, to possibly win a $15 Amazon gift card.
On October 2nd.
On October 2nd. So on October 2nd, I will be your host. Jean-Luc has to go work.
I have an evening work event that I cannot not attend.
We were originally going to have a cooking show, but Jean-Luc has to work, so we made some switches. And so I'll be alone next Thursday with you all. We are off.
I apologize for leaving you alone with him.
We are off. Hey, we are off to Halifax tomorrow morning. That's not nice. You're so mean to me.
Always.
We're off to Halifax tomorrow. We're there for 5 days. So we're coming back on October 1st, or anniversary, or September 30th.
September 30th.
And anniversary the next day. So we'll be back on your screens on Wednesday next week for 2 step classes.
But you'll still see us in the Facebook group posting. We'll be having videos. It's going to be a fun weekend.
So next week's original cooking show has been postponed to a different day. So don't worry, we're still going to be doing that specific cooking show. We just delayed it by a week. Again, we are doing our first Kickstart retreat, in-person retreat, October
next weekend.
3rd to the 5th, next weekend. There's 2 spots left. We actually finished up creating everything this week, and we are so excited. We have all these amazing games we're going to play. We're actually going to be doing some hands-on cooking with all of you. We're going to be making lunches, some DIY snacks we're going to be doing. There's going to be a bonfire dance party. We're going to have a games night with fun games that we both created. There's so much jam-packed. There's a hypnotist coming, so someone who will lead you to feel powerful and empowered by the time you leave the session on Sunday. So if you're interested in coming to the Kickstart Retreat, remember there's 2 spots left. But if you can't come to this one, we have 2 more coming up.
2 more.
So if you want to kick off January, your new year, with a Kickstart Retreat to get yourself pumped up, we're having one at Camp Cedar Ridge in Bancroft, January 23rd to 25th.
Yes, so that is right at the beginning, almost at the beginning of the...
A few weeks after.
Oh, but still.
Start January 5th.
The beginning of Kickstart, winter Kickstart 2025.
26.
26, yeah.
No, not 25.
26.
And then we also have another Kickstart retreat happening for our spring session. So our spring Kickstart, that'll be at Camp Kintail in Goderich, March 27th to 29th. So we're having another Kickstart retreat that date. So if you're interested, there's going to be stuff in your email coming up on Sunday that I'll talk about all of this. So if you're interested, all the links will be there and all the information. And we're so excited. This is a dream of ours. We've always wanted to do this. For those of you who've been around for years, you guys remember our P3 weekend retreats that we used to do. This is basically doing an in-person version of that.
But just with us.
Just with us. You get to come hang out with us for a few days.
I feel like my teeth, there should have been like a glow on my teeth there.
We're very excited because, like we said, we put a lot of heart and soul into what we're going to create for this weekend. I know some of you here are coming, so I hope you're excited. It's going to be so much fun. And
you know what's fun? Is only about 6 people are actual Kickstart members, and everybody else
is
new and is not even a Kickstart member yet. I'm telling you, by the end of the weekend, they're all going to be like, oh my god, I'm hoping. And if they're not, that's okay. They're still going to enjoy the weekend.
So thank you so much. Wait 5 days. So we will not be doing any step classes tomorrow or Monday. We'll be back next class, and then so we will be away for 5 days. We'll be back for step classes next Wednesday. So no classes tomorrow or Monday, and then we'll be back doing our live show next Thursday at 7 p.m. where I'll be chatting with all of you. So on that note, we will end the live feed. Sorry for the choppy connection tonight. We will call our bell provider and tell them, what are you doing?
No, we need a new modem. We had it.
I think I'm going to unplug it.
Yeah,
after the chat, I'll unplug it to reboot it. So on that note, bye live feed.
Bye live, everybody.
Bye TikTok.
And stick around in Zoom.